Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama. Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Tua to open with a throw. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. From the gun, here's Tua. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Right to the air is Richardson. That's complete. It's Adonai Mitchell. The Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Good blocking, and he's in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Dolphins offense going to take over now for the second time. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's Tua now on second down. Finds the open man, Braxton Berrios. Close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's got his man. It's Hill. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10. To the air again, Tagovailoa. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackmon. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
Gay to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Colts move out on top, 14-0. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee. So the ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Tua gonna throw. Now, right on the heels of the pick six, he is intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And he is gonna score! A pick six for the touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick six for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah. Seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick six.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once again. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Tua. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's complete. It's Waddle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. That's over the middle, caught by Tyree. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Tua, give it to Achane. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Achane. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Catch made there by Waddle. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
On fourth down, Tagovailoa. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, Richardson. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds. They mark him up near the 35-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him...
He gets free. And he will go all the way. And Mitchell. Touchdown, Indy. Now Gay for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Colts move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. Tyreek now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Tua. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. This throw right side is caught by Hill.
Complete to number 10, Tyreek Hill. A gain of 7. And the Dolphins first down.
Tua now on 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Whoa. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now Tua. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Here's Tagovailoa. This one batted in the air and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for downs. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Tua. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And he finds Tyreek. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. They snap it to Tua. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it. And this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Now he takes off.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. Now he'll run it. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. Can the defense do it again? From the 1. 3rd down now, and goal. They'll try and run. Here's Taylor. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Colts. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Now, this is going to be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. On 1st down, here's Tungo Vailoa to throw. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That one into the hands of Hill. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. Right back to Hill. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Throwing again, it's Tua. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. That's to Waddle again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Again, it's Tua. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And no signal, waiting. They say he did not break the plane. He's down inside the 1. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. Now, Tungo Vailoa on 3rd and goal. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Ronnie Harrison.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 9. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense. It just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
That is brought in at the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Braxton Berrios. Touchdown, Dolphins. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will get just a bit closer.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Colts offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Richardson. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. That's taken in. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Colts.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll get about 2. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop. 2nd down and 8. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8. Richardson will give it to Taylor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Throwing on second down, Richardson. That's complete. Highland grabs it. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Indianapolis. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Colts stretch things out even further. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. 3rd and 6. Huntley now. He gets that complete to Berrios. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Huntley. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. A run out of the gun with Achan. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he's into the end zone. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here's Gould on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. Lots of space past the 45. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They go right back to Taylor. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got his tight end, Granson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Richardson. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. He'll try to run for it.
Yeah, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation here, Mike. Nothing open downfield. He thinks he can tuck it and get it with his legs. He ends up out of bounds, short of the first.
They'll go. Richardson. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Ready, break. Gotta be lying. Break. Seven Pirates.
Now Richardson. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Richardson and the Colts come to the line. They'll try to tack on 2 more. He'll look to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Huntley. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Huntley. And this one is picked off. It's Juju Brents. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum builder.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. Might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Richardson to throw. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 23 yards. First down, Indianapolis. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. A second down throw for Richardson. That's down the field and taken in by Granson. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. At 9, Mitchell. Touchdown, Colts. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Now Gay for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. The visitors' offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Here's Huntley. Oh, we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. And he is going to... Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Zaire Franklin that time. There for the tackle. Here's H.A. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is H.A. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. A quick slant caught by Hill. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Right back to Hill. He's got it again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's caught in stride by the Cheetah. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Braxton Berrios. Touchdown, Dolphins. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Now Sanders on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins cut into the lead a little bit. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense... Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for downs. Inside the 20. And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Tua going to give it to Achane, and he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. From the gun, here's Tua. That's taken in by Achane. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's over the middle, caught by Tyreek. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Again, it's Tua. That is caught left side by Waddle. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Dolphins first down.
And as we saw in the first half, Mike, the defense was really unable to do anything to slow him down. He put up some really big numbers there in the first 2 quarters. Now here in the second half, just doesn't look like they've made many adjustments in the attempt to slow him down.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Tua. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. There's that man again, another catch. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. To the air again, Tungo Vailoa. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
A run up the middle with Achan. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3. They'll run with Achan. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Braxton Berrios. Touchdown, Miami. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Now, here's the Dolphins and Tua going for 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here's Gould on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. On 1st down, it's Richardson. He's got his tight end, Granson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson taking off.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the 1st down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Richardson going to look to throw. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa, who else another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. First down throw there is incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. That's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And that's going to do it. It'll put him over 200 receiving yards in the game. What a performance. That grab also comes with a 1st down. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Here's a give to Achane. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Tagovailoa. That is hauled in at the 5. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To the end zone, it's intercepted.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium. Rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Richardson. And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in. Third and long. Here's Richardson. He gets this complete to Granson. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. That's down the field and taken in by Granson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. He's got it at the 3. And he's got another one. At 9, Mitchell. Touchdown, Indy. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. This team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with 1st down. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. From the gun, here's Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They snap it to Tua. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing, Richardson. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify. I mean, to have this type of lead in the 4th quarter and still continue to...
And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown. Touchdown, Colts. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Gay to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Colts will add one more onto their big lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. The Dolphins offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. A quick slant caught by Hill. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. On 2nd down, Achane. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. He gets that complete to Berrios. And he's going to have a Dolphins 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's caught in stride by the Cheetah. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tua.
At the 43.
He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now Richardson. And this will be incomplete.
And in a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That's three. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
At the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Throwing is Tua. He'll go right and find his running back. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down. Back to throw is... And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackman. And he's going to score again. How about that for a daily double? The second defensive touchdown he's scored in this game. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts add on to their already sizable lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this one out. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Achane. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Washington. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Once the quarterback sensed that pressure was coming, I think his time clock started going off, and he said, I'm not going to have enough time to let the original play develop. So what does he do? He tries to settle by throwing the ball quicker, get it underneath the stick.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Primetime.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. Washington now brings this out. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Throwing to start here is Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Looking to pass. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 40. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. Richardson.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Adonai Mitchell.
57 yards.
And the Colts are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustmts there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play.
Now Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Tua going to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it, because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it.
On the move to his left.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Slugger, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Dolphins offense and Tyreek Hill set to take over once more. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but it's fair to say this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And the Colts coming out now. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Adonai Mitchell with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Colts have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. Kick it away. On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And they're able to get this. The 35. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Up the middle, Achane.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. They complete it to Hill. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground, HN.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Here's Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Here's Richardson to throw.
They'll roll him out right.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it, and ends up getting the ball stripped. They went with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal? In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Miami set to take over.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16.
Achane gets it from the gun.
Fighting through. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Touchdown!
Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level.
Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the foot. Led to the touchdown, and Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Now Richardson.
And this complete to Mitchell. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Colts.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Taylor.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Options galore here, second and a few inches. And they'll give this to Achane. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, back to Achane. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Colts are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Back to Taylor on first down.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to pass. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
On the handoff, it's Achane. Wiggles free to the 43, second down. Again, it's Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Here's Achane. He'll take this to the 46. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. On target over the middle to Hill. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got a man, it's Berrios, complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 92 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Richardson looking to throw this. He's going up top for Taylor.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Tua going to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he's up to the 44-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Juju Brents.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2nd and 10. Now it's Richardson.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Colts.
Kylan Granson
from 13 yards out.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This is Achane. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a run by Achane.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Rolling to his right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Richardson.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Here's Tua. Quick hitter here is complete.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Back to throw here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll look to throw here. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Zaire Franklin.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Kylan Granson
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Colts continue to pull away here in this first half.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Rolling to his left.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll let one go deep for downs.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit. And now here is another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Apologies to coach, cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. 3rd quarter action, ready to go.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Now Richardson. He's got Granson, his tight end.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Kylan Granson.
43 yards.
And the Colts extend their lead yet again.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. This one left side caught by Barrios. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's Richardson to throw. Open man down the field. This is Mitchell. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Adonai Mitchell from 4 yards out. And the Colts continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Looking to pass. Tua. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Here's Achane. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Richardson looking to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Colts get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Miami set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he...
Short. Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes a challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Richardson looking to throw this.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Colts are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
This is caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
But somehow,
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Hurts
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Barkley, inside handoff. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Hurts sets up to throw it. Goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Throwing is Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jahan Dotson from 21 yards away. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Now it's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2nd and a couple. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the running crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 32 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Henry again on second down.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews.
And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll be brought down just outside the red zone. Mark him at the 21.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
2nd and 5.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Henry up the middle. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches, and then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. 2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Baltimore.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside handoff, Henry. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now a him off to Henry. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They'll try and run for it with Henry.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
A check down here for Henry.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses.
A first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson, buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Flushed it.
Hurts fumbles it.
And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession. From midfield at the 48-yard line. defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Again to Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, 32 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving.
Quick slant to Brown.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll look to throw here on first down. To Barkley on the check down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are once again back in front. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. A first down carry for Henry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this down to the 40. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 124 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He dumps it off to Barkley. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. From the 36,
Hurts. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Back to throw again. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles have yet again retaken the lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And the Ravens taking the field.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Escapes the defender, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing is Jackson.
Look at the big man rumble.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 29 yards.
And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through.
Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Devontae Smith. 70 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Now Jackson out to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Jackson now. And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill, 49 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Quick slant to Brown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll set up a throw.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. So we've reached halftime.
Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
It's caught inside the 25. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he rifles one incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Derrick Henry. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Now it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
A short throw caught by Andrews. Down inside the 10.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he's brought down. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's caught. Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. Throwing is Hurts. Looking for Smith, and once again, he's got it. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Barkley is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 15. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Well, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. Down the left sideline, Jahan Dotson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. First carry now for Justice Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. They'll run straight ahead with Hill. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run. And he coughed it up. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there. Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football. And now here is another interception. Down the left sideline. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League. And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out. Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD? That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And now they're going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain right where it is. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Out left to Dotson. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he... short. The Ravens offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give up the gun to Hill. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Hill. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one goes out wide for Barkley. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw.
He'll check this one down to Gainwell.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Here's 3rd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. Shoves him away.
That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. That's to his running back, Gainwell.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Hurts.
Complete. Smith has it.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And that last touchdown pass not only puts 6 points on the board, it also puts his name into the record books for the most touchdown passes in a single game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, 41 yards. And the Ravens will add to their fourth quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats up.
Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over. 15-yard line in the red zone.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
The Ravens ready to take over. And they sit in a good spot. Ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And out now come the Eagles. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts.
Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back to throw again.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Quick slant to Brown.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 16. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and...
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle to Smith.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley, from 3 yards out. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
He'll get this up to about the 44. Jalen Carter in on that tackle.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Again, it's Hill. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throwing now is Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Hill going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
Hill to try again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.